CXC Chronicles, a full-service company built on making happiness a habit. CXC helps your company optimize its customer experience and customer success operations. CXC Chronicles works with your business and customer-facing team to optimize the 4 CX pillars: team, tools, process, and feedback. They would be happy to talk to you today about how they can support your customer experience, customer service, revenue operations, and customer support operations teams' growth. CX Chronicles, make happiness a habit. Visit cxchronicles.com to schedule your path of scale to the future. All right, everyone, welcome to week 13 and welcome to Analytics Are for the Nerds. Let's go.
This guy is in the Hall of Fame consensus Hall of Fame, and I think he sucks. Troy Aikman is absolutely
let's go.
So overrated. He is so overrated.
Those glasses that you're wearing and that fire behind you, I cannot even come close to embarrassing myself as much as you have.
Drink coffee, lady, tonight, yeah.
Thank you. And some people, apparently like Louis, don't like almond goals, and those people are in it.
I'm gonna give you the best deal, the greatest of deals. We need the tight end. We're big on the tight end.
You're not saying embarrassing songs, you're just saying songs that make you dry. So, like,
hard to deal with. And I'm just saying, there ain't no rules about a man having 3 legs. I'm just saying.
Nick Foles was also a 3-leg, but it's funny in the chat. Ellie just asked if we could get Ryan Coleman jersey. Funny you say that. I ordered it the day after round 2 of the draft. I ordered it that Saturday. So it's on its way. It's already pre-ordered. So whenever they start printing those things for shipping out, get one. Sure.
Wait. You paid money to the NFL when Louis could have gotten you one from China?
I could have gotten you one that said KOHLM.
Coles, man.
Working all night, need more though. I remember nights I was poor though. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and I get it up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and I get it up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
Week 13, everyone. Welcome. Happy Thanksgiving week. We've got a lot to talk about. Guys, look at us. We're early. We all took off of work today.
Just for the podcast, just to do the podcast. No, we special time because of the holiday. And we will be we'll have an encore at 9:00. So if you want the regular time, you can come back and it will be live at 9 too. But figured we'd bring you guys live here. You guys excited for Thanksgiving? You doing anything fun?
I'm going out of town. I'm escaping. So that's another reason why I didn't have Wi-Fi access. That's why we're here. I'm excited. As a vegetarian, this is never my favorite holiday, but I love holidays where you don't have to give presents. And I love it. It's a nice day of football.
Yeah, and very much non-vegetarian, it is my favorite holiday. I think is just the best. I mean, you don't have some of the lofty expectations that come with some of the other holidays, and it's just about food and family and football and some order, and it's the best day ever. So I can't wait for 3 games on Thursday and another on Friday. Nice little Black Friday game.
Well, there's 2 games and then the Cowboys game. I wouldn't call it 3 NFL games on Thursday, but yeah. No, it's an exciting day. You guys are off today. I got to go back to work. I'm taking time off of my work day to be here with you guys.
I am not off either. I will be going right back to work. So
fine. Ryan's always a one-upper. Also, by the ad read, we can tell which one of us has been paid to do that on a regular basis, and which one of us has a GED. Very good job on the ad read.
Well, thank you. Her voice too. It perfectly transitioned from the ad read voice to the intro voice. I mean, it's there's a professional right there.
Thank you. I'm proficient. I was the kid in school that was not making up words when they were asked to read, and they're like, you know. So thank you. And again, thanks CX Chronicles, and thank you everyone for listening. We are 74 days away from the Super Bowl, which is, who's counting? We are, but we've got big football this week. We have Bears, Lions, Giants, Cowboys, Dolphins, Packers. Any games that you guys are very excited to watch?
I don't know. I mean, I guess to see if the Bears can continue this, I think might be the most interesting one to me with the game against the Lions. It's the most traditional of the games, right? I mean, you're not thinking back to games where you're like, oh yeah, the Green Bay Miami rivalry on Thanksgiving is really a good one. You those Wisconsin and Florida people really they don't get along. So I don't know. I think that's really the only one. I want to see if the offensive output is still pretty good, but I'm not super thrilled about the games this year.
Yeah, Louis.
Jerry Jones ruined the best opportunity for us. I know we don't have a shit on the Cowboy segment this week, so Allie can't shit on Jerry Jones, but I will here. He had the perfect opportunity to sign Daniel Jones to play against the Giants, and it would become the worst game by far to the must-watch TV if that happened. And he ruined it. I'm not thankful for Jerry Jones ever. And what a cool opportunity that would have been, and made that game at least somewhat interesting. Although my boy Drew Lock gets to start a game, so I'm excited about that most likely. But the Green Bay Miami game, just as a Buffalo fan, obviously, that result might help us clinch the division as early as Sunday night, so that's kind of cool. But from a fantasy wise thing, I think obviously all three games will have a pretty big jump start on the week.
The lesson here is we still hate Jerry Jones. Okay, so happy Thanksgiving week, everyone. We've got a lot of celebrities are in jail this holiday season. We've got transitions. We've got Menendez brothers. We have Diddy, and a lot of people are complaining about the food already. Also, Harvey Weinstein was a big complainer. This is why this sparked an issue, because he was in Buffalo's jail system. But they're complaining about the food. I guess my big question is, Ryan, since you are a litigator, how bad is prison?
I have no experience. I couldn't tell you.
I love that you asked Ryan the litigator when I've literally been in prison.
I'm trying to help you out. We're remarketing you. CX Chronicles.
You're like, hey, as a litigator, compared to the guy who has definitely probably spent some nights in bed. But yeah, go ahead, Ryan. What do you think?
I couldn't tell you. The first thing about it, I have nothing. Lou, over to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Close it up, Louis. How bad is prison?
I have not done hard time. I've spent a night or two, sleeping off a hangover next to somebody that was kind of shady a couple times. But no, I had a father who was in and out of summer camp, as we called it, for years. So I'm very familiar with the system. I had a best friend that was 18 years. So like we got some, I know about the inside, but the food, I will say this, my best friend that was in there for 18 years, I remember him calling me on his birthday, and it's those conversations are so awkward, right? Like, and he would call me all the time, and I would, but you're trying not to talk too much about the outside, or try to be sensitive what they're going. And I was like, oh, do they like do anything for me in there for your birthday? He's like, yeah, they fucking bring me a cake and sing me happy birthday like we're at Roadhouse. What the fuck do you think they do, dude? No, they don't do anything for me. So I was a little disappointed in that. I thought they'd be a little bit better on birthdays, but they're not. But yeah, I can't imagine my buddy's been out for about 2 years. He just went to a really nice restaurant in Buffalo the other day, and I go, how was it? And he goes, well, it wasn't sardines in a can. It's like, I mean, you could have done, like, I could have went to Outback and probably felt the same. It's like that old Eddie Murphy bit, like, you know, if you haven't eaten in 3 months and you get a Ritz cracker, it's going to be the best cracker you ever had. It's kind of the same thing, right? Like, you probably eat a sirloin and be good.
Yeah. I like that he called you on his birthday instead of you calling him on his. So you're a great friend.
Well, I can't find a way to call him. That's not how it is. There's not incoming calls in jail. Let me just tell you one thing about jail that you obviously don't know. There are not incoming calls. They don't have a cell phone in their cell that they can answer. It's not like room service.
You need to get to know some better felons because the white collar crime people I know. Okay, fair enough. But it's so interesting that people are obsessed with like prison food when it's like the holidays. Like, guess what? Like they're having this Christmas, and you're like, yeah, prison food. Like it's okay. But I guess they are watching the football game, so that's fun. Do you guys know anything about this Zach Bryan Brianna chicken fry thing? Do you know anything about this story?
Wait, didn't we talk about that already? I feel like
just on our personal level.
Oh, I felt like we talked about that on the podcast before. No,
well,
I don't know. I don't know anything about it still. So even if we did, that means I didn't listen. But go ahead.
To a wrap up, Ryan, what do you know about it? Because then
all I know is that the Zach Bryan guy is a country artist, and he broke up with this woman that has her real name is Chicken Fry. That's her last name. Or just like a nickname. I don't know. I don't, and then it's not the same guy who sings Chicken Fried. I do know that. It's a different, different country guy. And now I also know that it's, that just something with Barstool, right? That they came out and kind of just like tried to call out Zach Bryan, and then he got support from some UFC fighters. Like when she was at the event, I heard about that. So I guess I know a lot about this.
Yes, you actually know more than I do. So the UFC thing is amazing. They called her out. It's mean, right? But I just find it so interesting, and I give props to the Barstool people because when they want to bully someone, like they are all in. And I find that very respectable. So what I'm trying to say is, guys, when somebody writes something stupid, like Old Apartment's a stupid song, you need to be there on my side and you need to step up and show people that they're dum-dums. Okay. All right, moving on. We've got Scottie Pippen has a new clothing line coming out. It's supposed to be luxury. Any take on Scottie Pippen's fashion? Any interest?
I love that. That's what you're like, Scottie. Like, when was the last time that you spoke Scottie Pippen in a sentence? I mean, it was. But is it secondary to? I mean, is it just another? It's just almost Jordans, but not as good. Is that what it is? Do they? Are they like this? Yeah, Pippins. The only thing that Pippen should be like presenting are like soles for Jordans, just because there's support for Jordans. Like, cool.
I honestly feel like they would have made more money if they branded it under Larsa Pippen at this point. Like she's probably like, you know, more well known, or at least more recently than Scottie Pippen, right? I mean, now he kind of just is fading off in the background. I mean, what's he doing opening a clothing line?
Yeah, and new season of Real Housewives of Miami will be starting soon. So thanks for that plug, Ryan. Yeah, this was a short week. I usually have time to prep more, so I'm really sorry that I threw a Scottie Pippen fact.
I mean, the more you know, right?
And I will say something odd just to make everyone feel old. If you're listening, Jamie Lynn Spears, Britney Spears' sister, her daughter is going to college, which great for the Spears family, but
finally one, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, wild that Jamie Lee Spears has a child going to college. Anyway,
speaking of being old, hold on, because I got a question for you guys, because this is something that I experienced recently. But all right, do you guys remember the last time you were in a movie theater, like to watch a movie that ended with like a round of applause? Like, Could you think of it? Because I mean, that used to be. Am I crazy, or is that like something that everybody did in the 90s? I mean, when you saw a movie, most people clapped at the end, right? Like, am I crazy for imagining that?
No, that happened.
Right, that happened, right?
Yeah.
So when was? Do you remember the last time you were in a movie theater and that happened? Because I felt like it was gone, and then it happened to me yesterday. And I'll tell you what movie after you answer your questions.
All right. So I already have to know. It's got to be Moana 2.
It was Moana 2. It was Moana 2. We got the head start, and I get that half the kids were in there, and that helps the clapping. But also, they came from a no clapping generation. So obviously, I was clapping. Other parents were clapping. So I think we brought back clapping single-handedly yesterday at Moana 2. I
think it's one of those things where, like, you know how things are written into our DNA over years. Like it's in there, but they don't know the societal pressures of not clapping at the end of the movies now, because everyone's going to make fun of you on social media, so you can't clap anymore. That's why people don't clap on airplanes, which I actually think is kind of, why I get it. Congratulations to the pilot for landing us safely, but I don't think we need to clap for that. I also don't think we need to clap at the end of movies, but I think when it's kids, I have a lot of thoughts on this. I didn't realize.
I also want to say, isn't there like a Pavlovian response to children? If you say yay, they automatically clap. So you're like, that was fun, right? Yay. And then they're like, doesn't that happen?
No, but I'm telling you, it started. It was end of credits, and it was like, everybody. I was into it. I may have started it, to be honest. I'm not sure. I was at least one of the first, noises. I'll tell you, Moana 2. If any movie deserved it, very, very well done. Moana has like a 3-year-old sister in this movie, which means her parents had a baka baby, which is a little weird. That's like a 15-year difference there. Thought that was a little bit awkward. They didn't talk about how that happened the night where they, got in a fight and then had makeup sex, and then now they have a 3-year-old kid. They're like, they must die in Moana 1. Now they're just got a 3-year-old.
High-risk pregnancies aren't really discussed in Disney movies.
They really should bring that up more.
They should.
I went from G to PG for Moana 2. So I have the parent there for that one.
Do you neither of you answered? Do you remember a movie? I want to know, like, if you could remember. Because it's got to be a while ago, right?
Well,
are you movie goers? Are you guys still going to movies?
Film festival. Like I went to
film festival.
It's like a Toronto Film Festival movie. I did at North Park. There's a lot of those kind of clapping things.
Yeah. But
so maybe it was like Midnight in Paris or something.
But at the end of a film festival, it's just a golf clap, right? They don't actually give you like a real clap. I feel like it's very high society. They're not going to give you
Yeah, it's like a queef clap, like
queef clap. I'm never gonna get that image out of my head. A queef clap.
Like that Moana. That's segment. Who's the idiot? All right, we have a new segment. It's based off of one we've done before, but these two gentlemen on our screen are going to argue a point, and I have to decide whose argument is worse.
Yeah.
Right? Is that kind of what we're going here?
Yeah. Who's the idiot? You don't want to call us an idiot. You don't have to. I know you're too nice to call us an idiot. Well, maybe Ryan, you would call me an idiot. Whoever loses, give the man. Has that been trademarked? Because if it hasn't, we should trademark it immediately and make T-shirts with queef clap. That should be our T-shirt. With you know what it should be? The Bison's roast beef. and then the clapping hand emojis and queef clap. Like,
I thought you meant it was going to be Buster Bison running, and then it's just like.
All right.
So sad. I'm not going back to work today. All right. Who's the idiots? Let's get.
You're just drinking wine.
I will be soon. This is all right. This week you're going to convince me on the player who will score the most fantasy points on Thanksgiving Day. Who wants to be first up? Let's go, Ryan.
Okay. So I think the player who is going to score the most points on Turkey Day is Jahmyr Gibbs. Okay. So we have kind of the perfect situation here. You have a banged up David Montgomery who, yes, would normally get 50 or more % of the work, but on a short week, he's probably not 100%. He says he's going to play, but I can't imagine he's getting his full workload. So Gibbs has had, so many 20-point games in the last couple of weeks. He's a number 4 overall running back. And in a week when he's going to be given a higher workload against a defense that's susceptible, I think he's going to go off and have 2 touchdowns. So go ahead and bet Jahmyr Gibbs this week, big time.
Okay. Louis?
I'm not going to agree with you because of the segment called "You're an Idiot." So, I mean, decent points, but I think you're going to end up being the idiot here. No, my thing is that I mentioned him earlier. I'm going Malik Neighbors because of Drew Lock. I think Neighbors is going to have the monster game. One, I think Lock is a better quarterback. I think Lock's the best quarterback that they've had, and I'm crazy that it's taken so long to get him here as far as at least passing and as far as what they're going to be doing. 2, with the Neighbors drama from last week and him calling out Dable, we've talked about this narrative multiple times, the squeaky wheel, he's in Dable's ear about not getting enough catches. I think they're going to really try to work him in. I think Locke is a fucking baller, by the way. Locke is you ever see the video of him just jamming to Jeezy on the sideline when he played for Denver? That's my favorite quarterback. I want him to do well so much. So I think I'm going Malik Neighbors. I think he's going to have one of his best games of the season and be the top fantasy player on Thanksgiving.
But let me just point out that Lou was trying to sell you on Malik Neighbors and just couldn't stop talking about how much he loves Drew Lock the entire time. So just wanted to point that out.
So do I give my verdict now, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. You can do it now. We just
might have sealed it for me right there.
Dry.
Wait, are you calling him the asshole? Or the idiot? Is that the idiot? What?
I'm calling him. I'm not interested. So here's. And Ryan, please take this a nice way. In a nice way. Sometimes I love a good boring book. I love a nonfiction history book, and I'm going to say that. So Ryan's take was very clinical. We kind of dozed out. We came back in. I believe. Louis, your excitement, when somebody is too into you and you're like, yeah, man, you got this, was a trip. And then you start losing faith because they always amp you up. And to quote you in that statement, Locke is a fucking baller. That's where you lost me. I think Louis is the idiot in that.
I feel like.
I'm sorry. I feel bad, guys.
Yeah, no, this is you're gonna have to do this you're gonna have to call one of us an idiot each time. So
okay. Now I think I already know who's gonna be the best responder on this one. Gentlemen, rank the Thanksgiving Day quarterbacks on hotness. Let's go first. I'm gonna go with Ryan. You're gonna go first again.
All right. Wow. I love it. It's like if you in basketball make it, take it.
Favoritism.
Right. So this is tough. You could go a lot of different ways, and I have kind of different categories for this. So I'll give you my overall hottest, and then we're gonna rank them, and I'll give you my reasons. So what's the sign of a truly hot man is having a really hot wife, and Jared Goff has the hottest wife out of all of these easily. She's a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. Jared Goff has just one. I've seen really good picture of him where he's Malibu's Most Wanted. Okay, Lou, go ahead, pull that up. And it was a Halloween costume. I mean, that's a good looking pick. So I'm gonna go Jared Goff because of the Malibu's Most Wanted pick and his wife. Second, I'm going to say Caleb Williams. I mean, the guy takes care of himself, right? He's got, manicured nails, he's keeping it all groomed. So let's give him number 2. Same reasoning for Tua at number 3, kind of always has either the beard or, the hair. So he's always cleaned up. Next, I'm going to give it to Lou's favorite person in the world, Drew Lock. He's kind of just like an average kind of ordinary looking guy. He's very unassuming. So I think we'll give him the nod here. Next is Jordan Love. I don't know. The symmetry is just not really working for me there. I don't know. Not very traditional, attractive features. Just going to put him here, 5th. And then Cooper Rush, because I think that's the easy choice for number 6.
All right. Louis.
All right.
What do you got on the hottest?
Drew Lock.
I had a hard time doing this because if I want to win, and I like, so knowing you're judging, like I should just name them from the oldest to the youngest, but I am not going to do that. But my first point before I even start ranking them to tell you who the idiot is here is look at this picture. I mean, Drew Lock is my 6. I will spoiler alert right now, but this was Ryan's number 1. That dude looks like an autistic dude that just lost his sucker. Look at that picture. That is not a good looking picture. And he is not a good looking dude. He is number 6 by far. Number 5, Jordan Love. Number 4, I know that you guys think I love him, and I do love him as a player. Drew Lock, just he's a decent looking kid, like Brian said, but nothing else. 3, I'm going with the Ryan's thought process here is that Cooper Rush is a little bit of he's kind of like a gingerish, and his wife is a smoke show. So looking at Cooper Rush, you didn't think he was like the hot. To me, I don't think he's like the hottest. He's not really my type. But then I saw his wife, and I was like, oh, dude gets pumped up like 3 notches because his wife is a smoke show. 2, Tua. I mean, you can't tell to whatever. He might have CTE, but that dude is a good-looking dude. And 1, Caleb's got all the swag. I can't believe Caleb's not easily number 1 for breaking news here, guys. Daniel Jones just signed with the Vikings.
Wow. Big loss for the
Vikings. Yeah, that could be. Let's see if DJ, if Darnold keeps on struggling, if DJ gets a chance. And then number 1.
This just in real quick. Daniel Jones does not have a wife. What a loser! What a noodle. All right, and your number 1 pick
was Caleb. It was Caleb Williams. He's got the style. He's a young kid, good looking. Paints his fingernails, which I'm kind of I feel that like I wish I could if I could get away with it. And I always push the limit of what I can get away with as a 40-year-old. I have not got to painting nails yet. I do think I'm usually like a year or 2 behind every trend. So maybe in a couple of years as a 42-year-old, I'll start painting my nails, and everybody like, dude, that was so like in 2000.
Lou had a big cargo shorts phase last summer, so
I did.
I just shot up to those.
Yes.
Ellie, I want to point out, I think he said Drew Lock was his 6, but Jared Goff was his 6.
Yeah.
And Jared Goff was your number 1, correct, Ryan?
Yeah.
Somebody's wrong. Somebody's an idiot here.
Can you?
Yeah.
Is Jared Goff hot? Is now this current segment's question.
So can you just and I'm sorry for all the men listening, but Louis, could you just put up Jared Goff's wife? I just want for reference, if you're a visual watcher, which you can watch right now on X or on our YouTube, Jared Goff's wife is so beautiful, and
she's a smoke show.
Like, so to Ryan's point, I just want you to, or if you're listening, it's and I'm as a brunette, I like my, long live the brunettes. She's just stunning. She's
and have you guys seen the video of her learning that Jared Goff was like, I think he was getting like a Pro Bowl, first team all pro or something, and like she's on the beach like doing her photo shoot, and there's like a video of this. She's very good looking.
I thought you were gonna say, did you hear when Jared Goff's wife learned how to read? And then you're like, what? But I'm sorry, you lost me at nail polish, though. I love it. I love a man who's like not afraid to just be like edgy and like punk rock. But
this
Jared
segment
Goff
is bullshit.
So hot that Jared Goff is the hottest.
So
like
he is the ugliest. I get the wife thing, but we're not judged. I know I use the same argument for Cooper Rush with his wife, but we are still judging the man, and that man is ugly. There's a lot of ugly men with attractive women.
Notice that Louis has still not pulled out the Malibu's Most Wanted picture because it's damning evidence against him. He knows he can't have an argument after the Malibu's Most Wanted pick. It's a good pick.
I can't.
And Cooper Rush is your number one?
No, three.
Yeah,
See, you don't even have all the facts over there.
No, I still have Locke as a fucking baller on a scrap piece of paper. It's just this. I'm sorry. The nail polish you're going too hard on. He's 23 years old. Again, if you're playing on my side, you would have gone older. So this is a 2-0 right now. Louis, you are the biggest idiot. Okay, now, but here's a tiebreaker question. Now, this is a question that it's going to be for me, and it was going to go into my everything and nothing, which then got pushed to this question, which is why I was stumbling and talking about prison food. But okay, hear me out, and then convince me. Okay, so Lyle Menendez, who is in prison, has been married to a woman that he met while he was in prison. She was outside. They fell in love, phone calls, and they got married. He now wants a divorce from her because he's having an affair with a British student who is 21 years old. And I just want you to know that he's never had a conjugal visit with anyone during this time, at least his wife, who knows inside, right? Whatever, no judgment. But he's now dumping his wife who's been with him for over 30 years for a 21-year-old British woman. How pathetic are single people then that they can't even lock up someone in real life? And Lyle Menendez is out here like breaking hearts and like being like, I don't even have to have sex with you, and you still want to be with me. So how big are losers are single people? Louis, take this first.
Wow. Coming from the only single person on this podcast. Holy fuck, dude. What is going on? This segment. I did not. Why didn't we just call this segment Fuck Louis? Like, what is going on? This is insanely crazy. No, people in jail like have that stigma of they're all getting they get pen pals, like, and I'm not saying I'm not looking for that same type of person. I'm looking for the type of girl that is interested in convicts, because that's the type of mental capacity I need to find attraction. I get that. Am I a little bit, I don't have I don't have the high glory of like killing my parents or anything, but I understand the thing. I don't think single people are losers. I think some of us are just going through midlife crises and trying to find themselves and make themselves better. Okay, Ellie?
I like it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know what the two sides are per se in this argument, or like which side I'm supposed to be defending or taking. But I'm going to stand up for the single people here. I'm going to say, you know what? If your alternative, your choice is either to stay single or to date a murderer, I mean, I think you're making a good decision there, right? So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. So yeah, stay single if you have to. If that's your choice.
All right. Just so you guys are aware, and I'm sure this will be cut out, but I am just saying the fact that people always are like, I'm single, this sucks. No, you're actually doing a good thing, because like there are people that are like, it's good to be single. It's okay to be single. And I just feel so bad for the wife of Lyle, who is like has been with them, and I hope she gets some like I don't know, a great ending, or whatever, half of his like podcast money that he's going to get one day, because he can't do anything else. So I'm going to give the soul of Louis on here was so great. So Ryan, you're the idiot on this one. You both chose the right side of history on that. And again, single people. Yeah,
Louis just wins that one because he also is single. So
I feel like I have the best perspective.
Yes, Ryan, since you are not single, you're an idiot. Okay. All right, everyone, let's go into this week's Cats and Dogs.
trying to get our 2 boys ready to carry them to golf tournament for practice, right? 12 cats live across the road. Our door's open. Screen's broke. We need to get a new screen door, but the screen's broke. So you can come in through the screen, but you can't get back out of it. I turn and look, there's a little kitty cat in our kitchen. So I said, what are you doing in here, little kitty cat? By that time, the cat turns, tries to get back out. That screen won't go that way. Cat starts going, meow, all crazy. And I told our players, we need more dogs. Bo's barking in the back. I have to go shut Bo up. Mel's like, what's going on? I said, there's a cat in the house. Cat in the house? I said, yeah, there's a cat in the house. So I told our players, I tried to let it out the front door. Meow, meow, the cat's still going crazy in there. And I told our players, you need to be more like a dog. We don't need a bunch of cats in here looking in the mirror. Do I look good? I got my extra bands on. I got my other shoes on. Be a dog. We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
We need more dogs. All right, everyone. Cats and dogs of the week. I will go first. My dog of the week is Rex Ryan. He wants to put his hat in the ring to be coach again for the Jets. I think it's kind of interesting that he wants to, though it doesn't make me happy. And I think he is a mess. And the Bills paid him far too long after we removed him. I think it would be really interesting, and they will continue to suck. And I would love to see how he won't even be able to control Aaron Rodgers. And maybe he is the key to get rid of Aaron Rodgers. And then my cat of the week are companies that are making sports clothes for women. It's like, I don't know if you could see this. You can't. Maybe you can. It's there's cheetah prints and cursive writing. Stop this. So you need to make sport clothes for women that we look hot in. You're making us look sad. Again, long live single people. We're out there. We are not we, but like Louis out there.
Not a single woman.
Stop making us look frumpy. Make us like Aaron Andrews has a great clothing line. They need to be more like Aaron Andrews, who's like making us look cute and sexy. And we're still look like we're going to the game. We still look like we know what we're talking about, and not frumpy and gross and ugh. So stop. There you go. All right. Cats and dogs. Yeah. Thank you. Louis, who's your cat and the dog of the week?
My dog of the week is going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. I think that it's been going rough for him. Minnesota does struggle against the pass. Indoors, I kind of like, Murray's opportunity here. I think that they're finally going to get him involved in a big game. Can see kind of like a big matchup between him and Jefferson, kind of going back and forth, maybe 2 tutties each or something like that. But I do think Harrison finally gets his big spike game, first one since week 2 or 3. And then my cat of the week, I'm not saying don't start him, but Derrick Henry is definitely going to be started with caution. And I have a couple teams that I'm just stacked at running back that I might consider benching him. The Eagles defense is good against the run. His carries have already gone down. His workload's gone down. You got to feel like there's going to be some load management here going into the postseason and more important games. Justice Hill, I mean, he's hardly had any kind of carries in the fourth quarter, especially in competitive games, because they put Justin Hill in that situation a lot. Keaton Mitchell now is healthy. Like, I just see that kind of coming down. And with his advance rate in these best ball tournaments, like being like 53% or whatever it is, crazy, I would almost guarantee that the winner of one of these tournaments are not going to have him on the team, because I do think that just continues to decline throughout the rest of the season. And then they might start amping it back up in the playoffs, because, what does it matter at that point? But I'd be starting him with caution going forward, especially this week.
All right. So I'm going to stick with a rookie wide receiver for my dog of the week too, but I'm going to go with Brian Thomas Jr. This is a bit of a risky one because we don't know if Lawrence is playing, and we already know how atrocious the offense is when it's Mac Jones out there. So I just think because of the necessity to throw in this game, and because Houston's defense is definitely gettable now, losing their starting safety for I think either the rest of the season or a couple of weeks, Petrie. I think they're going to continue to just he's going to be targeted like 10 to 12 times this game. So if you're looking for a lot of PPR, points, I think Brian Thomas is a pretty good bet this week. My next pick for cat of the week is going to be Louis for convincing me to start Butte over Devon Vele last week when we were out at the bar. But I'm actually also going to pick for a future cat of the week, not this past week. My cat of the week this week is Jauan Jennings. I mean, I know it's not maybe understood or consensus that right now he's a wide receiver 1, but by expert consensus rankings, he's like wide receiver 12 or 13 this week. I just don't think they're going to get there in the volume. First of all, you have this weather event that's supposed to be coming into Buffalo for the Sunday night game. Then you have Brandon Allen that's definitely going to be starting quarterback again. There's just no way the passing game gets there against the Bills defense, which is absolutely clicking right now. It's getting healthier. So, I mean, I think it's going to look a lot like last week when Jennings had 5 catches for 40 yards. I think it's going to be that or worse. So Jauan Jennings this week, bench him. I know he's going to be getting a lot of targets, especially if Debo's not healthy fully 100%, but I'm not starting him anywhere if I have him.
All right.
I agree. I like that pit take.
All right. And Jared Goff's wife, it also could be our dog of the week. All right. So Thanksgiving tomorrow, everyone. So we are going to draft our Thanksgiving draft, and this could be anything involving Thanksgiving. All right. Let's pick the order.
I gotcha. Ryan, the number 1 pick. Allie, number 2. And I am number 3. Go ahead.
I could take.
Okay.
What's that?
I said I could probably roll 6 rounds, and we got the time, but let's see where we go. Let's get through the 4.
Okay. So I think the most important part of Thanksgiving is football. So I'm going to take football.
Yeah.
I know it's not, maybe like the most central, food. It's certainly not a food item, but it's like something that is so intertwined with Thanksgiving, just going back to my earliest memories of Thanksgiving. So I got to have the football. It's got to be, I'll figure out the rest. I got to get the football. You guys can't have football. Good luck having a good time on Thanksgiving. What do you have on TV all day? The parade. I mean, get out of here with that. So
yeah.
Ryan's pick for number 2, the parade.
I'm like deleting the parade off my list. Yeah. Okay.
So is it too is it too big of a thing if I just said the actual meal itself? Can I do that, or is that too?
Yeah, you got to be more specific. Sorry.
All right, then I'll say leftovers.
Okay.
All right. And that's right. The meal.
You kind of stole it from me. I was going to go the leftover sandwich there, but I'll let you have that as part of the leftovers. But the leftover sandwich is like, it's special. Like you got to do the stuffing and the the mashed. Throw it all on just some bread, and
it's good. But like, you guys are crazy for being like, listen, forget about the. I get that Allie wanted to take the meal itself first, but you're like, let me let it sit in the fridge overnight, and then let me eat it tomorrow.
Yes.
No way.
100%. So much better.
It does not
so much better.
It doesn't.
It is so much better.
It's causing bacteria, which then ruins your gut health, and then you're kind of sick, and then you're thin again. It's the best.
I forgot about the gut health ruining bacteria. I forgot how good that is.
It is so much better. I'm the same way. Like I like pasta the second day after I make. Like I like a fried spaghetti at I like sauce after the first day I make it. No. You are wrong.
All right. One thing you can't though.
You are the idiot. I know we're not still playing that segment, but you are the idiot.
Ryan forgets that we're like single parent household, so we're like, day 2 food. We get more.
Yeah. No,
Ryan's a loser.
Well, now that the leftover sandwich got taken off here, I'm gonna go with. I can't lose pumpkin pie. I gotta go pumpkin pie, and I know that's just kind of corny and stupid, but I would be upset if I didn't have it. And then I'm going to go with
Wait, did you already give your second?
No, he just keeps saying.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I thought you got
my-
leftover sandwich. Sorry.
No, I didn't do that. Sorry.
Rubbing it in.
Pumpkin pie, and then I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with the midday nap. The midday Thanksgiving
Great
nap
pick.
is
Thought it was getting back to me.
always like it's the best nap of the year. It really is.
All right. Impressive. I'm gonna go that one family member that you don't see very often, and you see, and you're like, God, you're so funny, and it's great to see them, and it's just like old times, and it's so that like one really cool family member.
That's
you don't have that like when you when you like see a cousin that you're like, oh, you're just the best, and you're so funny, and
Family. I get it. That's a good pick. Yeah, I mean,
Ryan sees his family all the time. Healthy bone.
No, I'm just not used to that because that's what they're saying about me. Yeah.
Oh, see, but that's what I mean. Like,
I'm the cool cousin.
Yeah.
And the drunk uncle. I'm everything. I'm both sides. I'm both sides of the spectrum.
Louis not in prison today. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. For second and third picks here, Naps was my number 2, so nice snag, Louis. But number 3 still being available, I think, is kind of a problem. Stuffing is the best of the Thanksgiving foods. And well, okay, you can give it a thumbs down if you want. It just tells me exactly everything that I need to know about the type of food you had growing up, which is that it wasn't very good if the stuffing is not the main part of the meal. No comments will be taken on that. My next pick is going to be booze. I'm just going to take booze. I think that's fine to take as a category. If I need to specify, I will. But I think just, you have some wine, you have, some beers, you have a little whiskey at the end of the night, but, pretty much drinking for a good part of the day. So, that's an important part. So I got football, stuffing, and booze. I mean, so sad. Good luck, guys.
All right. This might be you mean like NFL on TV football, right?
I think, I mean, do I need, I can't take.
No. This is a perfect answer. Perfect answer.
Because mine is, I like the outdoor football with everyone. You just throw the football around.
We played one year, me and you.
Yeah, we did. We did all the comics, right?
Yeah. We played in the Turkey Bowl. Yes. Perfect. That's such a good, that could have been 1-1. Perfect answer. I'm not young enough to do that anymore. I don't think I think my times of doing that are gone in my life, but I loved every time I've done it.
Yeah.
All right. That's such a good answer. Really good answer.
I think I should have gotten, I mean, football, it's football. I get all football.
No. Yeah.
I was trying to plan the whole meal.
You don't get it all. Yeah, you don't get it all. You know that. All right.
It's quickly flipped, to Louie and Allie teaming up. I mean, it was Allie and me.
She feels so bad about how that segment went that we really have to try to turn on you here.
All of a sudden, we start talking about single people, and it's all buddy over here.
Well, we feel the same. We feel the same way about Thanksgiving because we don't do. We have different family lives than you, right?
Sorry. Nothing growing up. That's why you feel the same about Thanksgiving.
And for the record, I was trying, Ryan. I was trying to get you to be like, "Yeah, single people suck," and I'd be like, "You're an asshole, Ryan," and then we would have flipped that. But alas, it didn't fall for it. All right.
All right. I'm going with, this is a tradition that we did for years in my family. And, I'm big on nostalgia, and then it kind of went away. And then I feel like it's picked up here the last couple of years since I've been separated. It's convincing my family I'm not gay. Has been a yearly event. Mm-hmm. It was like for so many years before I got engaged. Like even the first couple of years I brought Nikki around, I feel like they were looking for Adam's apples. Like it was, I don't know why it was so, they were so adamant on it, but they were like, I think legitimately shocked when I started bringing Nikki around. And since she's been gone, I think that, the mustache has happened and stuff. They're probably thinking it's back. They're probably talking amongst themselves being like, oh, that's why it happened. He probably likes dudes. But so yeah, that's a family tradition of ours. And then I think my last pick would be, and I'm going to go with some nerd stuff. This is again nostalgia, big thing. I'm not as much into it anymore, but it was a big part of my childhood, and I think the nerds that listen to the show will probably feel this. I'm gonna go with Survivor Series, the wrestling show, the pay-per-view that was always on Thanksgiving when we were a kid. I remember watching every single one of them when I was a kid. The Undertaker debuted at one, I remember, and all this stuff. And yeah, that's a nostalgia pick for me. I'll go with Survivor Series.
All right. I will go with my final as Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Yep.
That's all. Yeah.
So I'm torn here. I really want to have a pie in my, but I think it's so specific, I don't think it's not gonna play well. So I'm gonna go with going to the movie theater on Thanksgiving. Like I definitely did that when I was younger. Whatever movies like would come out on Thanksgiving, and you would like have the meal, and then 7, 8 o'clock you go see the movie or something, and like go with a bunch of your family members. So I definitely did that one year. I can't remember the movie, or maybe if we stood up and clapped at the end, but it was a good time. So I'm going to take going to the movies on Thanksgiving.
Excellent. I was thinking you were going to be like, when my entire family hugs and says I love you, and then Louie and I that is a great gift. Any other ones you want to shout out, Louie, for the
I got a couple on my list. I put my sister's mashed potatoes, and that's why I didn't pick it, because I know no one could ever know what that's like. But like, it's not just mashed potatoes; it is my sister's mashed potatoes. I make everything else better in my family. I make the better sauce. I make all these other things. My sister nailed mashed potatoes, and I love them. Friendsgiving was a thing that I thought could have came up. I just don't have any friends anymore, so I literally couldn't pick it, because I'm like, what is it going to be? Me and Kyle just hanging out. And then I did have the Macy's Day Parade before Ryan shit on that. I picked naps, but just the day off was on my list. The wishbone, it was always a cool thing when we were kids, pulling the wishbone and making a wish that wouldn't come true. And then I wanted to put like one movie on my list if I got there. And I know Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is kind of like the go-to, but mine is Dutch. If you've never seen Dutch with Ed O'Neill, who is Al Bundy, it's like a late 80s, early 90s movie where he goes to pick up his girlfriend's kid from boarding school, and they take a road trip back to the house, and he hardly knows the kid, and it's hilarious. I just remember watching it with my dad and dying laughing when I was a kid.
I'm just laughing to myself because when you said Thanksgiving movie, the first one that came to mind to me was Transformers, because it's always on TNT for some reason. I feel like at that day, it's like Transformers is unofficially the movie, at least to me.
Anything on your list that we missed?
I am a big relish tray gal, so I love pickles, olives, that kind of stuff. And I don't think it's controversial anymore, but a jellied can of cranberry sauce. Oh, controversial for you? Okay. I love it.
Me too.
Yep.
So gross.
The canned one, the old school. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And it's upside down label for some reason. Yeah.
Yep.
So good. Well, once again, if you are a single person, hang in there and enjoy Thanksgiving.
Happy holidays. I know this is the most depressing time of the year for you, but hang in.
But thank you everyone for listening. We'll be on again at 9. You can like and subscribe us. We are on X, Spotify, Apple Music, everything, right? We're on everything. Yeah.
We should be clear. It's going to be the same show at 9. Yeah. Don't tune in at 9 expecting anything different.
Just maybe an edit. Again, good luck, everyone. Week 13. Have a great and happy and healthy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week.